in the 70s when Pontypool had their great team, a terrifying prospect. I'm sure the All Blacks aren't relishing it this afternoon.
The big occasion tests the nerves, especially of the youngsters. One or two youngsters in the Pontypool side, and they certainly at this point in time will feel the pressure.
Yes, there'll be a lot of questions asked. Can Churchill and Mosley win the line-out ball to feed those halfbacks, Wright and Silver?
Well, here's the Pontypool side, and the men to look at there, of course, Roger Bidgood, who was once selected for Wales at centre, didn't quite play because of a match that was postponed. The halfbacks, Phil Bennett has just mentioned them, Matthew Silver and David Wright, young, inexperienced, but so much pressure on them today. And look at that front row. Staff Jones and Graham Price, between them, 945 appearances for the club. Price himself, this is his 560th game for the club, a remarkable record, and 38 years of age. Of course, Dean Oswald in the back row there, a New Zealander, and delighted to be playing against his fellow countrymen. And of course the visitors, what a sight that makes as well. John Gallagher, probably as exciting a fullback as there is in world rugby at this present time, and John Kirwan just next to him there on the right wing. The young Walter Little at centre. Now this man is described as the most exciting prospect in New Zealand rugby at this point in time, as Gary Wetton, his biggest day of all, I would have thought, captain of Auckland, but today for the first time and playing his 68th game for New Zealand. Captain. The rest of the team follow. There's the Twiggamala, the left winger of Samoan extraction. There he is, Gary Wetton. 38 caps to his credit as Kevin Mosley leads out his local band of heroes, really. They'll be this afternoon if they take on these All Blacks. Roger Bidgood on his way there, denied the international stage, but here today as Kevin Mosley, a man who has experience of New Zealand rugby both at club level. He played in the Bay of Plenty, and of course at international level won his first cap in Auckland during Wales's last tour of New Zealand. So Phil Bennett, I mentioned that remarkable record of Graham Price's. You're a man who's played a lot of your rugby with him.
One of the great players of all time, Graham Price, a true legend. Pricey played in 1975 for Wales out in Paris. For me, the two greatest front rows I've played with, Franny Cotton, Wheeler and Price on the 77 tour. And of course, Charlie Faulkner, Bobby Windsor and Graham Price here. Magnificent player, great handler of the ball, and it's great to see him out there, 38 years of age today.
And already this is his 12th game against the New Zealanders, and just the single victory. And what a day would it be for him should he be able to double that on his home ground here.
A marvellous occasion, and I'm sure Pontypool will be really psyched up for this one. And I think I read one paper this morning that said no prisoners. I can assure you there won't be any taken out there today.
to his players. He just asks them one more time for the beginning of the game to get everything together. And interesting to see Dean Oswald, a man in the Pontypool colours today, singing the New Zealand national anthem. Not many Pontypool players would have known that. And of course the other side, Phil Bennett, the great Gary Wetton.
Yes, I remember Gary Wetton playing at Straddy Park for the World 15 going back around about the 80s, and he made one run of 70-80 metres, but we wouldn't have seen from a wing three-quarter. A truly magnificent player for New Zealand. I'm sure he will lead his side with gusto and with a great deal of pride today.
And just look at this side, because the Pontypool side are right opposite the All Blacks as they do their haka with Steve McDowell in charge. From the Pontypool team, but I remind you that that haka involves words such as death, and the foe to be vanquished, to stand there and trade stares eyeball to eyeball at that situation. Well, it augurs well for the game. Pontypool certainly are not going to take a back seat in this.
Yes, they showed there by standing up there that they want to meet New Zealand head on. None of this round in a circle like we see other teams are hiding. They stood and stared up straight between the eyes. I think they made their intentions known straight from the start.
And interesting here, I would have thought that Pontypool have won the toss and decided to take the kickoff, allowed New Zealand the option of which way to play, because the theory is, of course, that if you allow New Zealand to kick off, the forwards are on a roll from the outset, and it's really uphill from their end. Here, Pontypool have taken the option. It'll mean that the pressure right from the start will be on the opposition. The man in the middle, the referee today, is Brian Sterling. It's his whistle that starts this game as Silva, left-footed, gets the match underway. Earl is the man that collects, and immediately contact in that 22. Too quickly is Staff Jones, and Bishop in trouble, but too eager on the home side's part, and referee a penalty. This is Botic playing his first game of the tour. A man that takes over from Grant Fox at outside half, and so tremendous responsibilities on him, and typically of New Zealand outside halves, likes to run onto the ball rather than standing still and get things moving. Gary Jenkins is that man with two on his back. The first line out then, and Mosley has hands on that, and right. The local tactic is to hoist it high. Bidgood quickly there, so it was Orrell, but that's free, and this gives Kerwin a little space. Good support from Walter Little. Inside him is Henderson, number 7. Does very well, the New Zealand flanker. Quickly won as Zinzan Brook, helped by Fitzpatrick. Try and regroup and set it up. It's again straight ahead. Finally arrives to Bishop. A little space searching from Botica. But again, good players. Bidgood takes on the challenge, laid back perfectly, and again, right in Bishop-esque style, gets a kick behind the defence. This is Twigamala, the giant left winger, 20 years of age, the youngest man on the All Black side, and finally to ground, and the game's first scrum then.
And there was a sign of Chris Hewish's tackling there. He took the big win man, turned in, get up off the floor there, and he made the ball available. Unfortunately, the referee blew and has given the put into New Zealand.
First contact between Steve McDowell and Graham Price on this side of the scrum. McDowell selected to go to the Moscow Olympics as a judo man, but of course boycotts and all sorts of problems arose around those Olympics, and McDowell's chance of dream Olympic appearance weren't fulfilled. But here, as an All Black prop forward, facing one of the all-time greats, and indeed the front rows not all that comfortable, a great deal of testing going on there. Gary Jenkins is the man in the middle for Pontypool, and then propped, of course, by two very experienced men. Pressure there, but it's a dose of the Pontypool tactics, beautifully caught by Davis. And the referee decides that the All Blacks were going over the top. Good work from the Pontypool fullback, excellent, kept his eye on the ball, and of course relief for his team. This is Silva. Twiggamala with a chance to have a run again. Past Goody, but Hewish again was there. Into midfield, that's Little then. This is Joe Stanley, this is Kerwin. Now it's Gallagher. He has pace, tries to get up, but lovely tackling from Sean White and over that far touchline. And a little bit of nonsense and lots of players running from vast distances to get involved there when really it's nothing to do with them. The referee will need to quickly sort it out and make sure. This could be, of course, with so much pressure here and the styles to some extent so similar, it could be a trigger point.
A very tense match this afternoon. There's the referee having words with the players. Moving the ball out to Gallagher, tries to go outside, but excellent tackle by White on the wing there. You can see Kerwin involved punching off the ball. As the ball goes into touch there, Kerwin goes in. I think there's where the scuffle occurred.
So we're back to a line-out. At the back there for the All Blacks at 7 is Henderson, Paul Henderson from Otago. His first game in an All Black jersey, a silver. And this man's left foot is as cultured as any. A touch of the Norman Hunters of football fame there. Just the one foot, but very effective indeed.
Lovely kick by the outside half Silva, but it was important for Pontypool that Mosley won that line-out.
Just in front of Henderson at 6 is Andy Earl, another South Islander. This is Henderson then on the retreat. And Pontypool men just accidentally getting offside and retreating. Again, it's the tester for Gareth Davis. And again, the fullback does very well indeed. And so he's had 2 very good touches and really a sprinkling of young talent in that Pontypool backline, Davis amongst them, and of course the halfbacks as well, and important times for these that they settle down. That bank in the background there, absolutely packed. Tremendous view from there, panoramic view. And this is Sean Fitzpatrick then. His captain jumping at 2 in Gary Wetton, but it's aimed at the back. That's Earl that wins it. Bashop. Botica, the missed pass. This is Stanley, seeks the shortest route. That's typical of him. Bashop again. Again, Botica, so elusive. This is Fitzpatrick. Churchill, the tackle. Forward so quickly there. Bashop again. This is good play and good tackling. Tremendous tackling. And indeed, Pontypool had pinched that as Wright tries to escape on the blind side. The ball nudged forward.
Interesting to note there that when New Zealand moved the ball, Joe Stanley, different tactics from last Saturday. He went right to the middle, setting up good balls so that the scrum half Bashop could use the narrow side.
Mr. Sterling, the referee then, just getting both sets of forwards square. And this is Wright. A man who scored 8 tries in 8 appearances this season. Really is developing into a top-class scrum half. The All Black three-quarters, very, very deep. Again, untypically of them. Of course, Botica does change things at fly half. This is Wetton, two-handed, and the initial drive. In goes Henderson to add a further 15 stones. And this is doing to Pontypool what they normally do at on this park to others. Straight on it goes, it's on its way. Fitzpatrick tightly in there. It's really a static situation there, no side really getting an advantage. Will it finally emerge? Bashop is there, finally, to Botica. To Little is clean through. Didn't quite get his pass away. Gallagher quickly there, so is Stanley, or Little rather, and indeed his first game in an all-black jersey. This man described as the most exciting talent to emerge from New Zealand in some 30 years, and Walter Little, with only just one touch before that, gets a try that sets the All Blacks on their way here at Pontypool Park.
It was the mauling, driving work of the forwards that created that. Just watch for Joe Stanley. There's a lovely dummy there. Good play by Little, good tackling. Joe Stanley came on the burst, but you see that Little threw the ball back, making it available. Gallagher scoops it up, and Little gets his reward for that little half break, just skips past the tackle, and he's under the post. Good start for Walter Little.
The man with the responsibilities for converting this is the full-back, John Gallagher. Not normally a kicker, of course, when Grant Fox is in the side, but there are no problems for the full-back. And so Gallagher gets his 2 points, Little his 4, and so Pontypool yet to score, New Zealand 6.
And from the other angle, look at that lovely half break by Little. Good play by the centre. Puts the ball, you see, that was the key. He didn't dive with it, he made it available. Gallagher spot in well. Small, short little pass. Whittle beats the cover in defence, and he's delighted. What a start in New Zealand jersey.
As De Silva restarts then. And it's Gallagher again, the quick chance to field that ball. And what an effective player this man is. Can do pretty well everything. A Londoner who emigrated as a policeman, now in his 34th match in an all-black jersey. That's the Pontypool captain. That's not the sort of beginning he would have wanted. Already 6 points adrift. And that's won by Jones. This is Botica. And again, it's the tester for Davis, the fullback. Again, he withstands that test, but quickly taken by Twigimala. Bashop moving right then. This is the All Blacks in full flight again. Gallagher on the short charge. But then typically of the All Blacks, losing the ball in the tackle, and that's the sort of thing that Alex Wiley doesn't like. So just waiting to go down there. Staff Jones on the far side, Graham Price on this side, and Steve McDowell, Sean Fitzpatrick, not quite ready for that. Price, the old warhorse, of course, was part of that very famous front rows of Pontypool, which included Charlie Faulkner and Bobby Windsor. And interesting to see that Pontypool line up behind the scrum, tightly up there, which means that they're not really thinking of running that ball.
And if you look, when Pontypool go down, is number 8 Goody is this side of the scrum, and it means that Dean Oswald, number 7, has gone to lock at number 8.
It could well be the quick pick-up and the run to the right-hand side. Wright is the man that takes responsibilities, in fact. Looks for that space. And just a yard too far. Disappointment then for Wright, who started so encouragingly. But they're quite having the measure of that kick. The All Black captain, their second in the line-out, Gary Wetton, and 39 internationals for his country. Into midfield again. This is the scissors on Kerwin. In support is Zinzan Brook. Lovely little dummy. Jones wanted a pass there. The giant lock forward. That's McDowell playing the scrum half. There are men over here. This is Little again. Space. Stanley to Gallagher. Yes! Just in the corner. Squeezed in the full-back. But again, these are ominous signs. Pontypool so early in the game being stretched here, and Gallagher, having converted the first try of the game, now gets a try himself.
And just watch the front of the line out at the New Zealanders. It's their throw in. Just watch carefully here. The man bending down, Wetton behind him. They think it's going to go to Wetton. And there's McDonald, taps it down. Tremendous ball, tremendous ball. And watch, here's the man, John Kerwin, coming in. He causes the trouble because he drives at the heart. Zinzambuk, I thought, should have passed the ball, but he sets a dummy. But he's sucked all the cover in. He's taken the centre out, he's taken the scrum half out. So when the ball again is flicked intelligently, but the prop who started off, it's simple, isn't it? There's extra men there. Drawing the man, beautiful passing, and Gallagher just a lot to do but squeezes in at the corner.
This is John Gallagher now, a man who has 16 caps for his country from the far touchline, just to the side of the post. So with very nearly 13 minutes gone, the All Blacks see themselves with a 10-point lead. The home side yet to score, and 2 tries already. So the crowd, a huge crowd that's come here to support the local heroes, just a little silent at the moment. The long restart again from De Silva, and again Gallagher, the man, finds a little space there. What a superb kick from the fullback.
And I'm really surprised. Pontypool have kicked off on about 2 occasions, and they've stuck long runs right down Gallagher, a great kicker, and he's put them back 60 centimetres. Bad tactical kicking from the kick-off.
Just a little change at the back there as Wetton again at the front gets fingers to it, but it's one wide Goody at the back, delivered to right, directly behind is De Silva. And this man has a superb left foot, but hasn't found touch. Offers to Tuigamala, a little chance to run. Pass to Oswald. Into midfield goes Gallagher. The support from Tuigamala again. Lovely pass from Little. This is Botica, this is Stanley. Kerwin will be free when he times his pass. Will Wright catch him? It's a chase. Very unlucky as far as Wright's concerned, but yet again, 3 tries in the opening 13 minutes. And really, this could be a bleak day for Pontypool. Superb play. John Kerwin, the try scorer.
And you see Pontypool failed to find touch, and that's criminal against a side with this sort of class. They counter-attack. Kerwin was involved. And look at the slick passing. There it is, just lovely passing. Here he draws them on man beautifully. But watch Joe Stanley. He doesn't give the pass until he's gone across to the final man. There it is, lovely time pass. Kerwin has only got 1 man. Good effort by David Wright, but he shrugs him off, and that's an absolutely superb try. All the backs involved. John Kerwin's over.
So it's Gallagher again then, the kicker. 53 points to his credit for his country. A chance to bring it up to 55 then. As again, the kicking boot's not quite there, but what an encouraging start for the All Blacks. Really, 3 tries in quick succession, and what an uphill task now for the home side. That's the try scorer. This is Kerwin scoring that try as the match restarts. Very badly for Pontypool, because they've changed tactics there. They tried the short one and it didn't go 10 metres. So we're back, and the discipline already cracking on the Pontypool side. On the 10-metre line, the restart as Bishop feeds. Again, Botica. This is Kerwin, takes the tackle. Not a good pass though, as Gallagher finally decides that really there was no movement, no space there.
And that was a little bit disappointing from John Kerwin. It was a lovely ball. Gallagher was steaming up on the outside, but he chose to take the tackle.
So coming into shot, there's Sean White on the left wing for Pontypool, just on the far side of that scrum. The tactic is the same. White the chase as White kicks quite into the box. Really lots of time, and Gallagher finds space. He goes back around Sean White. He knows there's space there. And Wright is the man that's back there, the scrum half. Can he prevent it from going out of play? Throws a dummy, but really with Gallagher so quick in support, there was no room there as Wright and Sean Fitzpatrick exchanged words.
And I think if Pontypool have to learn a lesson with only 50 to 60 minutes to go, they have to find touch, or guys like Gallagher will really counter-attack back against them.
You see Zinzambrook, number 8 for the All Blacks there. 6 is Andy Earl. 7 is Henderson, as Matthew De Silva, left-footed, does what Phil Bennett recommends, fine touch, the basic requirement, and that's far better, and suddenly the crowd raising their voices again. A little bit of encouragement then from the local crowd, a huge crowd, anticipating that the local side could really raise to the occasion. But it's not proved to be thus far. At the back, it's Dean Oswald, a New Zealander, playing for Pontypool in Pontypool colours. 8 in front of him is Richard Goody. It's Goody that gets hands to that again, quickly supported by Oswald, finally released to Wright. Well, it offers New Zealand the momentum there, the kick going backwards. Perfectly laid back. Botica again with space. The inside support from Little. Fitzpatrick on one side, Botica on the other, so is Gallagher. This is Fitzpatrick then, still going with Earl on the outside. Meters short, can he get there? Yes again. Well, the floodgates already opening, just 17 minutes gone. and the New Zealand hooker there running virtually unopposed, and really it's difficult times for the home side. The hooker so strong. We saw Alan Wetton on Saturday doing so well, but here it's 18 points to 0.
And this was disappointing because it was a bad kick which initially gave New Zealand possession, but the backs are looking very, very sharp. And look for the support inside and outside. There's one pass on the inside. Just watch again, Little. There he is, Gallagher. He knows it's dead on the blind, so he looks inside. And look, that's a hooker who's got there, and he's very strong, is Sean Fitzpatrick. Look, you'll see the rest of the pack. There he is. There they come round in. Number 5, number 4. Tremendous strength, and he drives over, punishing the Pontypool errors.
This is Gallagher then. Already a try in the conversion. Just short again. So when Fox plays, the try is normally converted and 4 becomes 6. It's not happened today thus far, really, but already 4 tries to their credit. 19 minutes gone and 18 points the difference. Again, probably too far. There was time for the All Blacks to settle, to protect the catcher, and lay it back for Basham. Twigomala takes Davis, but well back there was Dean Oswald. He dispossessed though. Right, searching for that, and finally holding the ball on the ground, says the referee. Penalty awarded.
And at this level of competition, the kickoffs are so important. And De Silva there struck the ball beautifully, but he gave the All Blacks forward all the time in the world to set up. Didn't give his forwards a chance to get under it.
So Basham waiting there. There'll be a move on here. It'll be interesting to see. Although Gallagher now comes up and decides that he'll take a pot shot at goal. Not really been in kicking form. 20 minutes gone. We enter the second quarter then. A kick of 41 metres is the measure of Gallagher's kick. And taking over those kicking responsibilities from Grant Fox. Such a point-scoring machine in the All Black setup. Gallagher then. And that's very close indeed. That is successful. So Gallagher then drives in yet another nail in that Pontypool coffin. Already the first quarter just finished and the All Blacks at a point a minute thus far into the game. So
this is going to be very interesting here. The heads have dropped with Pontypool. I think young Silva is only 19. Now he's got to settle down. Let's see if he can put a nice high one to give his forwards a chance of rattling into the All Blacks.
Well, he responds. Well, he couldn't have responded better as Hewish takes up the cudgels. Churchill looks for the blindside break, sets it back, but no support there, and Purvis intercepts. Basham then, the high up and under. Tries to get there, the ball bounces free. So can Orrell do something for Pontypool, sets up the ruck situation. But no, the ball's gone forward, says referee Sterling.
And I think the reaction from the crowd there with that good kick-off with Silva said it all. But wasn't it interesting? Chris Hewish, normally the strongest man on the charge, went at the All Blacks and he was knocked back a couple of metres.
So Sterling just keeps the front rows apart for a second. The Pontypool three-quarters very tight on that scrum again, suggesting they won't run that, but Wright will take the kicking option. But this time the referee penalises the All Blacks for pulling down at that scrum. And indeed someone must have said a word to Mr. Sterling, because he further penalises them at 10 metres. And a chance, the first chance of the match then. We've not seen Pontypool in that area very often in the game. And a pot shot at goal then for Matthew Silva. And we see the new pattern of things here in Wales. We saw it on Saturday with a little sand bucket being brought out. this offering Silva then a kick of 27 metres. And the right side of the field for him as a left-footed kicker. He'll draw the ball into the posts. 70 points already to his credit during the game, during the season rather. As Silva runs, strikes it high and handsome, and 3 points to Pontypool. And the response from the crowd says it all. A little encouragement, and that'll lift their heads.
That was a good strike by Matthew Silva, just what the youngster needed at fly half, and that'll put a lot of encouragement into his side. I think what they need now is another score to get right back into the game.
The sand, and really the groundsman delighted with this, because it means that grounds are less cut up at the end of matches such as these. In midfield it's Botica to restart, but the deficit now cut to 18 points, 23 minutes gone, and interesting to see where Botica places this restart. Too far, just by a fraction really, and Jenkins has to go down, but blindside it's McDowell that drives on. Standing just there is Tuigamala, but it missed out by the scrum half as Botica again shakes to break through as Earl takes on the charge. But this is to Henderson, to Botica again. Lovely dummy from the outside half. This man, but blocking, says the referee, people running in front of Botica, but really this man is a seven-a-side expert, and really there it was shown plainly why that is so. Lovely little running.
I think the difference with the All Blacks from last Saturday's game, that Botica has taken the ball at a tremendous pace, whereas Grant Fox was taking it standing still.
This is Silva, and important as Phil Bennett says, that he finds touch, and indeed again responds, and it gives that little bit of encouragement as they trot over that halfway line. Well, the local supporters, although here they've got people back in New Zealand obviously. Fitzpatrick again, then won by Jones, the 5 in his back into midfield, the little move again, and Little wins space. What a lovely pass to Gallagher on the loop. This is Botica again, support from Henderson. Inside him is Earl, gets the pass to Earl, and to Tuigamala. Does he get? Yes, gets the try. Little bit of doubt there whether he'd catch hold of that, but his first game ever in the All Black jersey, and gets a try. 20-year-old, youngest man in the party, and gets a try.
Just look at good line-up, but I think there was an obstruction in midfield by the All Blacks. There it comes. Now watch Joe Stanley come in on the dummy scissors, and there's where I think the winger come in and took 2 Pontypool players out of the game. I think the referee should have given us obstruction, but it's carried on, and Botica, who's having a sparkling game at outside half, he's looking for support. Aren't they supporting so well on the inside? There's the flanker, number 7. There's his other back row colleague, two flankers there, and there's the winger, Tuigamala, going over for a great try.
Well, Gallagher has shown his skills in running and handling, and some of his kicking skills, although he's missed 3 conversions, has a penalty and a conversion to his credit. That's the distance, just a couple of metres in from that touchline, but again, not quite the direction.
And look very carefully here. I think we might have missed the obstruction in midfield, but look at the lovely support play. There's the winger, sorry, it's Botica outside half, and there's the flanker, Henderson, and he's having great support from his fellow flanker, Earl. That's great support play, 2 flankers working hard, and there's the winger, Tuigamala, getting a try.
Well, the restart too long as Fitzpatrick again takes the responsibilities, and the referee quickly there whistles and decides that there's some trampling going on. Points to Zinzan Brook. A penalty awarded to Pontypool, and then will they attack? Yes, they will. Quickly decided by the captain, Kevin Mosley. Points to the posts, and a second chance then for Matthew Silva. A kick of some 27 metres, 73 points to his credit this season. 3 in this match already. 100% record. But the sand again. And it does mean just a slight change of technique. Perhaps Phil Bennett, who who was the expert in this field, might say a few words on that.
Yes, the ball is teed up. It's perfectly placed there, like a golf shot with a tee, and it gives the striker far greater security.
Matthew Silva then, number 10 on his back, outside half, but not quite the direction on this occasion. So disappointment for De Silva, rated here as a bright young star of the future. Played for the Welsh youth team last season as a full-back, but his opposite number is the man to restart. Frano Botica takes the little one, just chips it over. In support is Gallagher. Outside him is Kerwin, waiting for the pass, decides on the inside slant as Stanley gets away.